on our storm tracker, St. Charles at 446, Waldorf, yeah, you're in the track at 448. Doesn't mean it's going to be tornadic, but it's going to be a big storm. We've watched these storms kind of move up 95 and then across the river, and they've increased in lightning, they've increased in intensity in rainfall, and also with winds. Because before this tornado warning came out, we were looking at severe thunderstorm warnings within that. So we know this storm is severe. So we'll kind of zoom in here, and we'll see if we can see any rotation. We see a little back toward Hilltop, not a lot, just south of Hilltop there. So that's 425, so that's out Route 6. We see a little bit of rotation right there. So La Plata, you're still under the warning, but you're not, you have a few more minutes to take cover. And again, interior room, lower basement, a basement or interior room, a bathroom even. We have big storms out to the west. We have another storm popping up around Leesburg, and we have a flash flood warning covering much of Fairfax County and the district. That goes for another till 8:30 tonight, and there is your tornado warning right there. So it's going to be a mess of a commute, and in some cases a dangerous commute, which is why we issued a weather watch alert for today. And there's the flood warning goes until 8 o'clock, and the tornado warning goes until 4:30. So if you obviously are back trying to get home in Fairfax and down toward Dale City, you come across a flooded road, don't try to cross it, but just go around it. It will go down quickly. It will take you an extra half an hour to get home. You'll be safe. Here is our tornado warning. Covers a good chunk of Charles County. Again, right around Hilltop is where we saw some possible rotation there. So again, if you're in La Plata, Lyons Corner, Potomac Shores, you should take cover. We think the best area of rotation is still right around Hilltop and back toward 415. So again, please take cover if you're in any of these areas we're talking about. If you know someone, call them, DM them, go on Facebook, because Lyons Corner and Ripley and La Plata, you're all under the tornado warning at this point. And remember, these are moving at about 25 miles an hour. So it's going to move, pretty quickly toward Lyons Corner and toward La Plata. We've got La Plata at about 439, so that's at 412. Now we'll see Bennsville at about 444, and maybe Waldorf a little bit before 5 o'clock in Waldorf. So these are the areas you really have to, say, okay, I have a plan. Hopefully you have a plan. Put the plan into motion now. It is a warning. Warning means it's happening. So Hilltop is still our main concern with this. All right, now there you go. There's the warning. Here's Hilltop. You know what you could do, Michaela? You could query some of these pixels and see what the speed is, and we'll see if we're seeing anything crazy. There's the warning until 4:30. Potomac Shores, Lyons Corner, La Plata. Don't want to be on 301 right now. You just don't want to do that. Big time rain in Fairfax, big storms down 95, frequent lightning. Unplug your computers, turn your AC off. This is the warning right here, Route 6. There's Route 301 coming down Charles County into La Plata. And we've got, it looks like this is not updated, it's scanned. There, it looks like it just updated a little bit. So we don't see anything too crazy, right, Michaela? We don't see anything.
We're seeing some of that gate-to-gate shear, some of those wind speeds. That's what that means, up to about 11 miles per hour. That's what we're seeing on the back end of this storm when we start to put that mile per hour radius in there. So up to about 9 miles per hour near that Hilltop area. Nothing crazy.
We've not seen anything like 60 or 70 right now. But that said, we're still under a tornado warning here. So Ripley, Potomac Shores, La Plata, take this seriously. Call someone, DM them, make sure they're in an interior room or a basement if you have one, because that is, I think, where you really got to pay attention, okay? All right, we'll zoom back out here, and you can see a solid line now. A storm's kind of enveloping the entire metro area. There's the tornado warning for Charles County. There's the flash flood warning for much of Fairfax County, and that goes until about 8 o'clock tonight. There's also a severe thunderstorm warning for Fairfax County until 4:30. This just popped up out River Road in Potomac, kind of straddling 190 River Road and Route 7 as you go out toward Great Falls and Drainesville. So this is heavy rain, not necessarily severe yet, but just move down a little bit, Michaela. We'll go back to this. This is the flash flood warning covering places like Dale City and Indian Head, and this is the tornado warning in effect until 4:30 for Charles County. Notice you'll see a box around that. There's also a severe thunderstorm warning around that tornado warning. So even if this does not produce any rotation, it's going to produce winds 50, 60, 70 miles an hour. So take cover in Waldorf now. La Plata, you should already be taking cover. And we've seen severe thunderstorms over the past couple of weeks produce winds of 84 miles an hour. That's a small tornado. Doesn't have to be a tornado to be a deadly thunderstorm. So just keep that in mind.
A flash flood warning for portions of the district, as well as Alexandria, Fairfax, and Prince George's.
And that goes until 8 o'clock. So getting home tonight's going to be a real mess. I mean, it really is. At this point, if you haven't left, I would just say stay late, get some stuff done, and maybe go home at 6 or 7 o'clock. The models are not in complete agreement. One model takes these storms essentially out of here by 8. Some models kind of leave them in, have a break, and then another big batch by midnight. In any event, I think you're better off waiting.
Right now, about 1.5 inches per hour for the Falls Church region and into portions of Arlington County as well. So very heavy rainfall if you're traveling along 395, 66, heading into the district. Either way, you're going to be dealing with extremely heavy rainfall. Yeah,
this is going to be a real mess. I mean, it really is. Down toward Berg, Franconia, down 95, you know, between D.C. and Fredericksburg is going to be a mess as well. Okay, let's go back to our tornado warning. There it is, Charles County. It includes La Plata, okay, Hilltop. I think you're pretty much out of the mix here. We're gonna move into this scope, a velocity scope. We try to see if the winds are going away or toward the radar site, which indicates some rotation. Remember, the thunderstorm has to rotate for it to actually drop down a funnel cloud. So, you know, we're seeing a little bit here, but nothing. I'm not crazy concerned about this just yet, but I know it's going to have winds. Strong winds, because we're looking at severe thunderstorm warnings around that, and it has a history of producing strong winds. I would say minimum 40 to 50, and possibly 60 to 70 miles per hour. So I would just, you know, keep that in mind. If you're trying to go down 301, don't. Just wait. If you haven't left work, I'd wait at this point. I know some schools are actually in session now, so hopefully the school buses will hold off too. Hopefully they're either finished with their routes or they're going to hold off. It is 417. So this is another severe thunderstorm warning for Calvert and St. Mary's County at 4:30, and you go further back to the north and west. There's the tornado warning. So Waldorf, you're not under the tornado warning, okay, but you're under the severe thunderstorm warning, and not far from the flash flood warning. So pretty much any direction from D.C. is not a good way to go. If you go east quickly, you might be able to get home if you don't have to go far before the storms roll through. Okay, now we see a better scan here. You query that, Michaela, and see if that shows us anything that's alarming. I don't see anything crazy popping out except maybe some strong winds.
Yeah, it's not significant right now in the sense of those gusty winds, Topper. We're seeing about 4 miles per hour on that gate-to-gate shear. Okay. So the strongest winds we're seeing on the back end of that storm at the moment. Okay. And even when I get to some other areas, up to about 9 miles per hour. So we're not seeing really strong winds. But when we look at another radar, I'm using another radar on my cell phone actually, Top, and we are seeing a good area where there could be some of that rotation near Port Tobacco Village. Okay. That's where we're seeing some of that rotation moving into right now, just to the south and west of La Plata at the moment. Okay, so you're looking at radar scope, yes, correct? Okay, I'm gonna come over actually and get the radar scope. You can stay here, that's fine, it's fine. But I think that is a good, I think it's good information, because I think for the most part. That's what I'm seeing. Let's see. Right there. Okay, okay. All right, so I'm seeing some winds. You want to put this back in play mode for you, Topper? Yeah, put it back in play mode, that'd be perfect. So here we are, so I'm seeing some winds. Yeah, they're just not that strong. In fact, oddly enough, they're a little bit stronger outside of the tornado warning area, you know, which is kind of weird. So again, I got to take it seriously. I mean, no doubt about that.